Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
Wait, no, sorry, I'm not married to that.
That was really stupid.
Let's try this one again.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And this is Not Married to This.
Okay, Joe, my show's about to start. Welcome back to Not Married to This. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Serena.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's us.
Hi.
We're back.
Solo episode.
We have lots.
I love interviewing people, but sometimes it's nice for it to just be you and I.
Yeah, I mean, we're married, you know? Sometimes it's nice to just hang out and have coffee and chat with your wife on mic and camera.
I want to start doing a little more solo episodes, I think.
I'm down. I love doing solo episodes with you. They're so fun. And I feel like we always say to each other, like, oh, like, this would be so funny to talk about on the podcast, but then, like, we're not recording a solo for a couple weeks and no one's going to care by then.
Did you notice, though, on the Uber here, we don't speak to each other?
Yes, I was actually thinking about that. We get in the Uber and
it's part of our job.
We go mute on the way here. We just, 30 minutes dead silence in that car.
Yeah, well, not 30. It's like a 14-minute Uber.
Right, yeah, but it feels longer because we're not talking.
Zero.
You know? And then sometimes I'll look over to say something to you, but I'm like, oh, I should wait because, we're about to go talk to one another for an hour straight. And
now we're
it.
just letting it out.
Yeah, I know. I feel so free.
Before we even introed the podcast.
Well, let's get into it.
All right.
Joe, I came to Vegas with you finally.
What'd you think?
I was so excited, and I actually feel like it was so much fun. I was only there for 24 hours with you. We flew from LA to Vegas. I stayed for the night, and then I flew out the next morning, and all your friends came in for the bachelor party. But two of your friends ended up coming in a day early with us, so the four of us hung out, and it was so fun. Highlight for me, outside of just like laying by the pool and living my best life, was watching the three of you run around the casino playing slots for like 2 hours. I felt like I was watching you and your friends as 40-year-olds, but also as 13-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Like I was like, wow, this is like the most childlike whimsy I've ever seen in the most adult place there ever was.
At first, I want to just start with like, I do love being on the West Coast.
You do. You always say this.
I have like, there's like an ease that comes over me, and I think it's because I enjoy going to bed after everyone else in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know what that does to me mentally, but it puts me at ease of like.
I'll tell you because I'm your wife and I know the answer.
Okay, what is it?
You take a while to wind your mind down at nighttime because you have a very active mind. And I feel like when we're on the East Coast and we sometimes are working till like 7, 8 p.m. with West Coast stuff, it takes you have a hard time relaxing to go to bed. Whereas on the West Coast, when all of a sudden it starts to go dead silent at like 3 p.m, you're like, oh my gosh, I can breathe. And I feel like you're able to enjoy your evening way more, which I'm the opposite because I'm not a morning person, which is why I like the East Coast. Yeah. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think that's what it is. And I do like staying at the one hotel. Besides the hotel room keys, I do really enjoy that hotel.
I'm obsessed with the
hotel.
But
back to Vegas. We go to Vegas. I've been staying at the Encore since I've been 21. It's like our hotel. We love it. It's like my second home.
It really is. Like the way you guys move around that place is like you're like, my mom's in the kitchen cooking me dinner, but really we're at SW.
Yeah, and we were running around playing slots. We first get there and we go to the top dollar machine, which was $200 a spin. I'm like, all right, let's put a little bit of money in this right now.
By a little bit of money, he means like $600.
Yeah, which is only a few spins. I mean, it's 3 spins. I think we put more. I think I put 1,000.
Yeah.
And we put it in the machine, and Serena's second spin, triple diamond, and then one off. The payout would have been $125,000. The payout would have been $250. Oh, we were only playing $100 a spin because I didn't play the max. It would have been $250. What a way to kick off the trip if you would have hit that.
Would you have been like, I can never go to Vegas without you now if we had hit that?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. I was gonna say, like, I'm showing up with you in Vegas, first time ever, third spin on a slot, and we crushed $200K. Like, how could you ever top that?
Well, I would have had the hotel cut me a cashier's check, and you would have went home with that cashier's check.
Absolutely. I'm not leaving you there with it. No chance.
Hey, you never
the
know
way
what-
you and your friends run around, they all will put like each $200 into a slot machine and they will take turns spinning. So it'll be like, okay, Frankie, you press it now. Okay, Eddie, you press it now. Okay, Joe, your turn. Like, it truly is the craziest technique for something that requires no technique because it's a slot machine. But I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun.
It is so much fun, and it reminds me, like, it's just like I love being in the casino. Not like I don't like love casinos nationwide. I just love what?
Sorry. It was
I just love it in Vegas, and it's just like 3 days where I could separate like anything that I have going on in the world is non-existent for these 3 to 4 days that I'm in the hotel working.
working, sure.
Yes.
Quote,
What was your
unquote,
favorite? What was your
working.
favorite part?
Oh gosh, I had a really nice time laying by the pool with you and Pat.
Pool's great.
Pool was beautiful, amazing weather, warm water. I had a really nice time at dinner with you. We had a very romantic dinner. We got dressed up. It felt like a proper date. We haven't done that in a while. You ordered blueberries for dessert, which I posted on TikTok, and it got a lot of traction because.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Why do you seem annoyed?
Well, I just can't believe how many people were like, this is the, like I was reading the comments and people were like, this is the strangest request of all. Like, what would be weird, and I said this, like, it would have been weird if I asked for the check and I was like, can you bring me a lounge chair? That would be the strangest. I mean, it's still a food. It's a fruit, and it wasn't on the dessert menu. But the reason that I ordered it was because last time we were at SW, they brought Alan blueberries or blackberries, one of the two.
Did he ask for them? Was he like, hey, we're done. I know this isn't on the menu, but could I get some blackberries? Which, for context, if you didn't see my TikTok, that's what Joe did.
Yeah. But the thing was, he was bringing out dessert, and they were going to bring us out a bunch of dessert because we know the waiter because it's our home, and they were bringing.
I was wondering, one of your friends posted the table, and you guys had like 13 desserts on it.
Yeah,
what is going on here?
They always bring us out an array of desserts, and then Alan asked on top of it if you have like some fresh fruit.
Yeah.
Can you bring it out? And they brought out a bowl of blueberries, so I knew they had blueberries back there.
Okay, well, I don't know why you waited 2 weeks to give me that information. I mean, I feel like that's really relevant to the story.
I think I told you on the spot, and then when you were gone, we went back to SW, and there was a mentalist magician.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Those guys always freak me out. You showed me the video, and I will never know, and I don't want to know how they do their tricks.
This guy was really good, but there is something, and I don't know if you do know, comment or let me know. But there is a trick. There's something to when they have you look up Wikipedia, and it's like it almost like.
Well, Wikipedia, you can independently edit. So maybe they've edited the page that they're having you search up.
I don't know what he did, but it was crazy because he guessed Alan's childhood friend's name, and I don't know how he did that.
No, yeah, it was amazing.
And then he took the one room key and he was like flying it around, like, and then that I'm like, okay, he doesn't have superpowers. Like he does, like he doesn't have.
Thanks
superpowers.
for confirming. Thanks for confirming.
And if he did have superpowers, this is a crazy way to go about it.
Yeah, I feel like if I had superpowers, I would be doing more than just playing card tricks in a casino.
Yeah,
First,
at a restaurant
some drunk
for
adults.
tips.
Yeah, for tips. You came back from Vegas, and you had a terrible travel day.
Okay.
And I'm still honestly riddled with guilt about what happened. Like I can't even think about it. I still feel so bad.
So another trip in Vegas that I did come back as a winner, which is very like over the past 5 years with Serena, I've really, my record in Vegas is like 8-1.
This has nothing to do with your.
It has
travel
everything to
home.
do with what I'm about to say. So please, if you don't mind, could you please let me finish?
I apologize.
With that being said, I bought Serena a really nice present, product purse that I picked out personally myself.
You did.
With the help of Amanda. And I'm just excited to be home. My flight gets delayed, and then we get delayed in the air, which is scary, which I hate. This is the second time this has happened to me.
And you get really bad motion sickness when they're circling the airport.
Yeah, and they're basically like, okay, we are all New York airports are now shut down due to weather. I think we're like 50 minutes out, and we are just going to keep circling the air until we run out of gas. And then we have a plan B, which is an airport we're going to land in around the area, which I'm assuming it happened to me once where we landed in Baltimore. But it's fucking, I don't know if people have been through it. It's scary. And then they're like, okay, we're clear. Like after an hour, they're like, we're cleared the air. And then they're like, expect turbulence. We start going down. I mean, the plane is fucking shit. I mean, I open the window. I open the window and it's just white gusts. Just shh. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like I'm like, this is it. Like
anytime you're on a plane with a little turbulence and some bad weather, you're like, and this is it for me. I'm dead. I'm going down. The amount of times you have told me stories like this.
It's scary. But anyways, we land, and now like it's like I'm not that tired because I'm on West Coast time, but it's like 1:30 a.m. Get to the apartment, and I've been texting Serena on the plane like, yo, like the flight's delayed.
I've gone to bed, but I left my phone on like the volume, which I never ever have my ringer on. Just so that if he's texting me like, hey, we landed or we diverted to Toronto or whatever's happening, like I can be up to date. So I'm kind of asleep, waking up to his text messages.
Get there, go to open our door, double pad it, locked. Now I can't get in. Now I'm ringing the door. I don't want to bang on the door because we have neighbors and I'm courteous.
But you should have.
No, because then you're going to wake up all the neighbors. So I'm ringing. I'm calling. And now it's like 30 minutes. Like I'm not.
I had like 18 missed calls from Joe. I don't know what happened because when I went to bed, I remember thinking I didn't lock the door. Right? Yeah, okay, I didn't lock the door. You're fine. And then my ringer was on. So I obviously locked the door. Like, not must have, I did. I locked the door. Just, it must have been like habit or muscle memory or whatever. Like, I don't even remember doing it. And I don't know why my phone wasn't ringing. I must have turned it off. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in my sleep I rolled over and turned it off.
Yeah.
Two terrible things. Like, if my phone had been on or I hadn't unlocked the door, no problem.
So I go back down to the lobby.
It's like 2:30 a.m. at this point.
It's 2:30 a.m. and I start calling hotels to see if I get a room. Both hotels.
Not just hotels. He's calling the Equinox Hotel. He's calling the Chelsea Hotel. He's calling the most expensive hotels you can think of.
I'm up money. And at this point, I would like to lay my head down on a luxurious bed after my travel. And I'm hoping to just get a deal. It's only for a night. But there is no rooms anywhere. And then the doorman, bless his soul.
We have great doormen in our
Great
building.
doorman. Our building's awesome doorman. And I'm like, my fucking wife double
Okay, relax, okay? It was an accident. No need to flip out on me through this doorman conversation on this podcast.
My lovely wife.
Yeah, that's better.
My
Thank
lovely
you.
wife who never makes a mistake, double locked, and I can't get into the apartment. He's like, I got you. This has happened before. There's a YouTube video on it, which is also scary. The fact that there's a YouTube video on how to break into an apartment if you double lock it. So he comes up with me, and we get in like 3 minutes. He gets us in.
And I heard the door open because I woke up when the door opened. The fan was on in our room and the AC.
I opened the door 10 times.
I know.
And you never heard it, and you didn't hear it till we got in.
I know. I don't know why.
But yeah, that was a sitch, and then.
I felt so bad. Like the last thing you want when you're having the worst travel day, you're delayed, you're flying in the air, you like are driving home. It's the middle of the night. Is to get home and not be able to get into your apartment. Like all you want to do is open the door, maybe jump in a shower and dive into bed and go to sleep. And I would be so mad if I got home and that happened. And in however many years, I've never, ever done that. So yeah, I'm really sorry.
It's all right. But I don't mind it as much. It's one of those things where it's like when it rains, it pours type of thing where I'm like, it's been a shitty travel day. Why not just like add on to the shit? Opposed to like if the travel day was super smooth and then you run into that at the end, you're like, oh my God, my day was going so perfect and now it's ruined.
Wow, what a positive spin. I will say we saw the doorman the other day for the first time since, and he immediately started laughing when he saw Joe. Like he was just cracking up.
Well, I had to take a picture of him in case you didn't believe me that I was locked out.
Why would I think you were lying?
I don't
why
know.
would I be like, I don't believe you? He literally was like, I have evidence. Here's a photo of me and the doorman breaking into our apartment.
Yeah.
All right. We went to the World Cup on Friday and then the U.S. Open on Saturday. Big sports weekend for the girls. Woo!
First time both of us ever go to see the World Cup. So cool. Once in 4 years, we saw Brazil versus Haiti. It was Haiti, right?
Yep.
Brazil versus Haiti. Brazil smoked them 3-0 in the first half.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close. Brazil's an elite team. And we left early because it was in Philly. We had to get to the train. There were so many people. But I think what we want to talk about are there's a couple people in this world. There's two. There's people that will leave an event early to avoid heavy traffic and a smooth commute home. And there's people that are like, I am not leaving early. I am staying to the end no matter what.
Yeah.
I fall in the category, I'll always leave early. I'll always leave early, even if I have money on the game. I am like, if it's a smooth ride home, I go watch it on my phone.
I am also a leave early person because I'm little and the crowds scare me. I constantly think I'm going to get trampled. Every time we're in a crowd, I look at Joe and go, don't lose me.
Yeah.
Don't lose me. Please don't lose me.
Yeah.
Because, it's going to be hard to find me because I can't see over anyone's backs at this point. I will say, like, if it's a concert that I love, like Beyonce obviously didn't leave early. I was like, I'll just take my time getting out of here. Every minute counts. But, like, for the soccer game, I felt guilty leaving early because obviously it's such an amazing game. We had such incredible tickets. I felt better when no one scored in the second half. Like, we saw every single goal.
We did see every goal.
And we got there like 2 hours before the game even started. So we were there for a long time. Also, we were coming back from Philly that night to then wake up early and go to the U.S. Open the next day. So we had to time manage appropriately.
I will say it's harder to leave a game if it's a close game. Like if it's close.
Oh, yeah.
And like when I do go to like Knicks games because we live so close to the stadium.
Oh, well then, yeah, who cares?
Like if you could walk home, then I usually always stay.
Well, yeah, because it's not a big deal. But like when you're hauling ass back from Philly, you're like, I got an hour and a half ahead of me.
And potentially missing the train, that would suck.
Yeah, we were able to get on an earlier train, so even better. One thing I was thinking when we were watching the World Cup was soccer is such a game created by children. Like, I don't know who created soccer, but like it starts off, who goes first? Let's flip a coin. Then it's like, all right, we're going to kick the ball around, woo, woo, woo. Oh, he fell. I'm like, oh no, is he okay? Joe goes, oh yeah, they just fake it sometimes. Oh, so we're just faking injuries. We're adult men. We're just going to fall and pretend we're injured when we're totally fine. And then we have organized chants like, ole, ole. Like we have organized songs that we're going to sing as a group to cheer on the players. Like I was literally like, 7-year-olds created this game. Like this is insane. Like who created... There's so many sports that this applies to, but I was like, who was making these?
There's some joys in life that really just bring me happiness, and getting a coffee in the morning and listening to you talk about your feelings about sports and how you break them down, I find very funny.
Well, that wasn't our only sporting event of the weekend. We went to the U.S. Open the next day. I was trying very hard to get you Masters tickets for your 40th birthday, which didn't work out. But Peter Millar thankfully brought us out to the U.S. Open in the Hamptons on Saturday.
Sick.
Very cool.
Out of all aviation, helicopter seems to be the one that's like, I think most people are like, I don't know if I want to get on a helicopter. And that was kind of how we felt.
Yes. And then I got insecure about that because I thought that our parents would be like, no, don't take a helicopter. Like, that's so dangerous. Meanwhile, specifically our dads were like, get in it. You're totally fine. Like, no big deal. But the girl from Peter Millar did say most people turn down the helicopter. So that was validating.
But it was great. Like it took us 30 minutes to get there. It was a smooth ride. Like it was incredible. And we took the train back, which there was 8,000 people waiting to get on this train, and it took us 3 hours to get back, where I was like, oh, we should have did the helicopter both ways.
100% worth the risk. Great time. US Open, very cool. I will say, like, this is like kind of exactly what I just said about the soccer thing, but different. I felt like the US Open for adult men is like the equivalent of One Direction for teen girls. Like Scotty Scheffler's walking by and the guys are like, Scotty, like, wow, yes, Scotty, we love you. Like they're cheering, they're taking photos, they're taking videos.
Scotty,
like they're buying merch.
Scotty,
the fact that they don't have player merch actually is shocking to me.
Scotty Scheffler is just the most beloved golfer right now. Like any golf event you go to, like
it's just that they like
just
saying his name.
I think the name's Scotty.
It's just the name Scotty.
Like well, he's also the best in the world.
Totally, but like no one's cheering for Rory that way.
But Scotty's the best in the world.
Yeah, but it's not like
but Rory's not American.
Oh, Scotty's American.
And yeah, Scotty's from Texas. You're watching him in the same thing as Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods was in his prime, like live, that had to be fucking incredible. Like people and saying Tiger, like saying Tiger.
I was obsessed with Tiger Woods as a kid.
Saying Tiger is way more attractive than even Scotty.
Yeah,
and like Scotty's up there, but like Tiger.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Oh yeah, it had to be nuts. Okay.
Wait, can I make one golf suggestion before we move on? You know Marty Supreme when he's trying to sell like orange ping pong balls because he's like, why are we using white? Like it's so much easier to see for people watching if it's an orange ping pong ball. I think that golf should not be a white ball. I can't follow it. I can't see it.
You could get
and I also think it should maybe be like shiny or reflective so that like I can watch it.
Well, then it would get caught in the sun. But a lot of amateur golfers there's neon pink and neon yellow.
Yeah, and I think we should incorporate those more.
But
golf live is not a good spectator sport.
You actually could see the white ball easier.
Not for me.
Going back to the plane ride on the way to Vegas, though, I know it's over. No! I know it's over. But you mentioned Marty Supreme, and the guy next to me was watching Uncut Gems, and my TV had frozen, and this was during us potentially going down, and then Uncut Gems it was like the end of
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, and I was like, this is so chaotic right now. My life is so chaotic.
That's a really stressful movie, Uncut Gems. I've never rewatched that, and for good reason.
Dating segment.
Let's jump
Dating segment brought to you by
Joe and Serena.
So,
I have a lot of single female friends, and we've been chatting about like going up to guys at bars and like what their stories have been in terms of like guys hitting on them hitting on guys. And there was a TikTok recently that I saw with Michael A. from The Bachelor.
Yeah, Bachelor alum.
He was on a podcast talking about his suggestion to women was if you're going to hit on a guy at a bar, to bring them a drink. Buy them a drink, go up to them. He said it's so sexy. It's not going to be awkward. You give them the drink. They're going to appreciate the move, even if they're taken or they're not interested. And he's gotten a lot of heat for that. I think like a little bit rightfully so, but I also understood what he was saying. Comments on it were like, this is a recession indicator. Someone said, I would rather chew on a denim jacket. Someone said, am I ordering him a Cosmo or a Shirley Temple? That could actually work. Have you had a girl come up to you at a bar and give you a free drink and hit on you in that way before?
Well, I think it's preference.
For the girl or the guy?
For the guy, like if that's what he likes. I personally don't, I wouldn't want that.
Would it make you feel uncomfortable if a girl was like, hey, I bought you a beer?
If I am at a bar and I'm single, I prefer to be the one that would make the first move.
Okay.
And I think a drink, even for a guy to initiate the drink, I just think it's a little outdated and I think it's a little tacky. And I think it puts the person who then gets the drink in a vulnerable situation where now they feel if I accept the drink, I am now locked into a conversation for at least a few minutes, where I prefer a simple eye contact. We're making eye contact. It's known that we are attracted to each other or there's potential attraction. And then like, hi, hello.
Yeah.
And then if the conversation starts flowing a little bit, can I get you a drink?
I am with you.
That is what I
And as a girl, when I was single, if I wanted someone to talk to me, I would gently make it known. Like we'd be making a little eye contact. I'd be hitting you with a couple smiles. I might like all of a sudden I'm getting a drink at the bar kind of where you're standing, you know? Like I'm making myself available. I'm not afraid for a guy to be like, ooh, I think this girl wants me to talk to her. Like I'm making that known I'm making my energy open to receiving. And open to receiving. That's what I used to say when I hit the slots. I'm open to receive. And yeah, and then if you come up and talk to me, great. I think if you want to be the pursuer as a girl, going up to a guy and just being like, hi, how are you? What's your name? I'm Serena. Cool. Like, what are you guys doing tonight? Okay, like, so fun. Like, have a good night. Can also be an easy thing.
I think initiating a drink, either way, gives off a little bit, this is just my opinion, desperation.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it was more like it was
like almost like I feel like I need to give you something for you to want to engage with me.
Yeah, and I think especially with guys, it was very much like a yo, get them girls around the drink type of thing. And it's more like, we could buy you drinks. We got it like that. I think it's outdated. And I don't see, that's not my style.
I think if I'm at a bar and a guy wants to lead with a drink, which I agree with you, I prefer a little conversation, like come over, see if I'm single, see if there's a bit of a vibe, and then you can offer to buy me a drink if we want to keep talking. If you want to lead with the drink pre-conversation, I think you send me a drink. Don't come over, have someone, like have a server or bartender be like, hey, this is from that guy, and then I can accept it, and then if I want to go over and say like, hey, thank you for the drink, and we can chat.
Yeah, but you don't think that's a weak move by the guy? That's almost like,
I think that's almost like I'm with people. Like if I'm in a group and you don't want to approach, like let's say I'm with a big group of girlfriends and you're like, ooh, I don't want to just go over and like embarrass myself in front of this group of people. Not that I would ever make anyone feel embarrassed. If you can be like, hey, that guy sent over a bunch of shots for you guys, like he told me to say hi to you or something. I think that's cute and it kind of puts the ball in my court.
What do you think about the guy that's interested in you and sends over a friend?
No, and that's notoriously a bad move. And if you don't know that by now, you need to be more chronically on the internet, because everyone says you're more attracted to the wingman because they had the confidence to come up and say hi. I think girls can play that move a little bit more than guys can.
Yeah.
What I will say about the drink thing that I think people who might like the I'm going to buy them a drink idea, I think why they might like it is because it almost acts as like a prop, a crutch. If you're someone that wants to approach guys, but you don't feel comfortable with just the hi, hello, it gives you like a prop. It's almost like the Bachelor entrances at the mansion. Like people have gimmicks and stuff planned almost as a way to make it feel less awkward if you're worried about just chatting with the person. However, I think there's other ways to go about that. Like Sarah, can I tell you a story?
Yeah, you can.
My friend Sarah is tall, beautiful, blonde, and she's good at banter in my opinion. She went up to this guy and was like, oh my God, hi, Steven. And he was like, what? She was like, Steven DeMarco. Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Steven DeMarco, which is a character from the show Tell Me Lies? And he was like, oh no. And she was like, oh, well, like you really look like him. Like you should look him up. And then like kept walking, left. Then she was like, he was kind of like eyeing me, whatever. She ended up like circling back later and was like, Steven, how's your night going? And he was like, I'm not Steven. Like, do you want to know my real name? And she was like, okay, sure. They ended up sitting down, like talking all night. Like, I feel like kind of a drive-by comment or a little bit or a little joke. Like she's good at like a playful tease also is a nice way in. And like she comes, she makes the little comment, she leaves. And then she kind of is like, okay, are they checking me out? Are they looking? Should I circle back? And it also gives them to circle back as well. Do you like it?
Yeah. I also think when we just circling back real quick to the woman buying a guy a drink, I do think there is a caliber of, I don't know if a caliber is the correct word with where I'm going with this, but I do think here.
Know your limits, play within it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cindy Crawford, supermodel Cindy Crawford. Okay. I do think like her, she could have done anything and it would have worked.
She could have walked over and like said the most stupid pickup line ever and a guy would have been like, you're incredible.
Yeah. So if she went over and was like, hey, can I buy you a drink? I don't think there's any guy that would have been like, oh no. Like totally. I think like so I do.
But I think a guy, if Cindy Crawford goes up to a guy and is like, can I buy you a drink? And he says, yeah, I would love for you to buy me a drink. That is not a guy that I necessarily want to engage with further. Like, that guy should be like, how about I buy you a drink, Cindy? Like, I would love to buy you a drink.
If I was,
and you would do that, and that's why we're together.
if I was single and Sidney Crawford came up to me and
It's
offered,
crazy that this is the name you picked. Like, you picked a name that you physically can't say. There's 1 million supermodels, and you went with the one name you can't say.
if she came up to me and offered to buy me a drink, I would say, how about I buy you 100? Like, you know, like,
I like that, Joe.
You
I
can
like
have be like, I'll take your one, and then the rest of the night is on me.
Yes.
I will gladly buy you whatever you would like, whatever I can afford. I will go broke. But yeah, I do think it's preference. I personally, I wouldn't be like, I think it's super sexy and this and that. I like the more just like the smiling, eye contact. Hello.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation. Because yeah, I feel like the drink, as much as people think, I think they think it breeds confidence. I actually think it's more, it shows a little more insecurity.
Okay. I think that's
Personal opinion. Take it or leave it.
No, I think that's an
Live your
interesting
life.
take. And I also think the fact that our, like, for lack of a better word, flirting, courting styles at a bar align, which is why we're together. So, like you said, it's all about personal preference.
Yeah, I really liked flirting with you when we first met. You were good.
I like
because
flirting with you. I love flirting. I was like such a flirt.
Yeah. Well, you better slow down.
Well, I still flirt. I just only flirt with you now. But we flirt all the time. We have a lot to talk about this week in terms of reality TV recaps, pop culture headlines. It's been a big week. I mean, Summer House, Mormon Wives, America's Next Top Model, Love Island. Where shall we start?
You tell me. You have the cue cards.
I think let's start. Let's start with the Tyra Banks lawsuit. Tyra Banks is suing Netflix for defamation over the America's Next Top Model documentary. I'm not totally surprised by this. I'm just surprised it took her this long to do it. I figured she would because she looked so bad in it and she got so much scrutiny and hate for it. I just thought like the moment for her to sue had passed. Like I didn't think she was going to do it after like a certain period of time. She claims that the creators created an inaccurate and defamatory image of her through selective editing, deliberate omission, and surgical manipulation. That's a direct quote. It was
surgical manipulation.
I know.
What is that?
Surgical manipulation, meaning like they cut and sliced her interview together in a way that manipulated the viewers.
Got it. So her interview, they gave surgery to her interview.
They committed surgery.
Yeah.
They performed surgery. Of the 3.5-hour interview, which she gave for the docuseries, only about 16 minutes were used. According to her, she took responsibility for the controversies and they left it all out entirely. She also says, this was interesting to me. I'm curious to know your thoughts on this because I know that you haven't read this article yet. She says that producers concealed the fact that former judges Jay Manuel, Miss J. Alexander, and Nigel Barker were not only interviewees but also attached to the documentary as consultants. They therefore had influence over the edit, and if she was aware of this, she said it would have been a major red flag and she would not have participated. What are your thoughts?
My first initial thought is someone like Tyra Banks with her... she's pretty powerful in the world of media and entertainment.
Yeah, or appears to be to us.
She's been very successful, meaning she's probably very wealthy. Mm-hmm. I just don't know, like, up front how she does not go into a documentary where she knows legally she's protected.
Yeah, I don't know how her team, at least, didn't require someone from her side to have eyes on this documentary before it got released. Now, I don't know very much about documentary making. I don't know if you forego any rights to that. But like you said, she's a powerful person. She definitely has like agents, lawyers, publicists. How did no one take a look at this documentary before it got released and give it like a green light or a red light?
To me, the documentary without her, I think they have a hard time even just like selling it to the public. I think they need her in it. So to me, like already she's coming from a powerful position where I don't know how it was like in the contract, this documentary is not allowed to be released until we give final approval or have somewhat of a say in it.
I thought she was like involved in the making of it or the producing of it or something. Like I just assumed. I was like, this is a documentary about America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks is the creator of America's Next Top Model. She must have a big hand in creating this documentary. And then when I watched it, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Girl's not looking so hot in this. Who approved this? So it makes sense that she's upset. I mean, release the 3.5 hour interview uncut. Let's see what she was saying. You know, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because it did feel like a slam piece on Tyra Banks when I watched it. Not saying that she was perfect by any means. I think that it really felt like she was dodging accountability, but it really felt like all of them were dodging accountability. And on top of that, I think that the good things that she did were really not highlighted as much as maybe they should have been. And the bad things that she did were the entire documentary. But I could be wrong. I mean, I haven't seen the raw footage, but it sounds like Tyra is like, no, guys, I took accountability and they wanted to make me look bad. However, it's also what I would say if I didn't take accountability.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it was production's doing and then like how much like she was involved in production, how much she was involved in final edit, how much she was involved
for the show or the documentary?
For the show.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know. And like the only thing I could kind of like, at least like my knowledge a little bit in the space would be like comparing like Jesse Palmer to like how much is Jesse Palmer's hand actually.
I think Chris Harrison would be a better comparison just because he was there from the very beginning and he was, and I think, an executive producer. But
exactly. Like, so yeah, Chris Harrison, perfect. Like how much was he involved in storylines and edits and certain things that went on? But
I mean,
but I guess Tyra Banks was also, she was the co-creator, I think, of this show. So that's kind of, you're kind of like, this is your show. You're co-creator, you're executive producer, you're the host, you're the judge, you're in this. Like this is yours.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever like fully know the truth of what went on there, but it does feel like there is a chance America's Next Top Model comes back. I don't know. I felt like they were using this documentary to potentially propel the idea of that forward, and I wouldn't be against it.
It was a good documentary. I mean, watching it, I was like, man, I can't believe I grew up during that time. Like, that was wild. I don't know.
It was just the really, really early days of reality television.
Yeah.
It was just wild. That show was wild for a million different reasons. Jumping to Summer House.
Yes.
Wes Wilson is leaving Summer House. This is from TMZ. He was not picked up for next season of the Bravo show and will not return when cameras start rolling over the July 4th weekend. That said, our sources say the door isn't completely closed and it's possible he could pop up for a cameo at some point. Do you think he'll show face this season?
Well, first, do we think they're not asking him back, or he has made the decision not to come back?
I think that they are not asking him back.
Which is wild to me.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because the season is blown up because of what he did. And as much as I know there's the whole narrative and everyone basically like, why are we giving toxic people a platform? Which I do understand, but
I do and I don't when it comes to reality television.
But when it comes to reality TV, it's clearly like the biggest reality shows all have toxic people attached to them, and their biggest seasons are always when those toxic people do some crazy ass shit. So I am shocked that he isn't coming back, but I could also see a world where like this West shit has now been going on for quite some time and people are just like sick of it. Mm-hmm. They're over him completely, and they just I think maybe the fans just really don't want to see him again.
Yeah, I think there's potentially two reasons why they're not having him come back as a full-time cast member. And again, this doesn't mean that it's forever. They could give it a year and then say, all right, come on back. But one, I saw something, and I don't know, like, don't quote me on this because it was on TikTok, but I saw something, I think that the creator of the show or one of the executive producers was saying that they really want to focus on Sierra and center the show around her this coming season. They feel super compelled by her story, her experience. She's so loved by the fans. Like, it's really her time to shine. And I just don't know if you can really dive fully into that with Wes and Amanda in the house at the same time. Don't know how she would feel about being in a house with them all summer either. Like, this isn't like a Real Housewives where like they go to their separate homes and just film scenes. Like, they are living in a house all together, and like this is a really emotionally heated situation. I don't know how all these people coexist every single weekend for like 2 months straight. On top of that, West lied to production and his cast members about having a full-time girlfriend for an entire year. Production doesn't usually take that well.
No, I disagree. I think they'd like that.
You think they like that?
Yeah, they like that because that creates more storyline for them. It makes their job so much easier. It's better. You know how much more fun when they're sitting there like, oh, this motherfucker's lying and we caught him. They probably are like, yes. And okay.
It's giving like catfish.
And now you're saying like,
him.
and now it's like, oh, we're going to center this around like Sierra and the story's compelling. Well, then what kind of show is this? Then make her the fucking Bachelorette. If the goal is to like, we want Sierra to find love, like, then it's a different show. Like Summer House is a show about some people are in relationships, some people are in sort of in relationships, some people and most people are single, and it's messy and it's in the summer and it's a summer house in the Hamptons and it's
and it's a house and it's in the summer and it's summer house.
Yes, and it's supposed to be messy. Like that is the show. Like the beginning seasons of the show were messy because Carl, Kyle, Lindsay, everyone was messy, and people that's what people want to watch.
Yeah.
Like I don't see people tuning in the Summer House being like, this is now like Sierra's time to shine.
Well, I don't think he was saying like this whole show is going to be about Sierra now. I will say, as you know, a Sierra supporter, I don't feel that she was centered enough in some of the reunion. I think a lot of her vulnerability in this past season was about how she doesn't feel seen. And I think that this incident probably hit that insecurity of not feeling seen by her best friend and her ex. And in this entire situation, I just feel like in this upcoming season, she deserves to feel seen. She deserves to be centered in the narrative of the show and the narrative of the scandal. Does that make sense what I just said?
I understand what you're saying with the reunion, but I personally, like the way Sierra handled the reunion is how I think I would have handled it. I think she handled it really well.
And by that, Joe means in the best way possible.
Well, I think she.
He means absolutely perfectly.
Well, I think she handled it personally. I think she handled it in a very like strong and tough and like this isn't like Wes, Amanda, like you fucked me over, but you don't define me and you're not my entire life. And bitch, I already moved on. Like, and to me, I like that. So like, I think if it would have been too much about like them hurting Sierra would have almost would have given them a bigger, more of a platform and more like, but
vulnerability is powerful too.
Yeah. But I think she was vulnerable. I think she was
agree.
vulnerable and I think she was tough at the same time. And I think it was like a perfect combination, exactly how I would have handled it.
AKA perfectly.
Perfection.
Without flaw. How do you feel about the fact that Wes and Amanda didn't watch some of the show prior to the reunion? We didn't have a reunion for our season of Paradise.
Yeah.
But if we had, would it have bothered you if some of the quote unquote villains of our season had shown up to comment on the damage they had done without having sat through and watched the edit of the show?
No.
It wouldn't have bothered you?
No.
Would it have surprised you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's like they know what they did. They don't need to rewatch what they did.
Yeah.
Like maybe rewatching it would make them feel a little more remorseful, but like maybe not.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you in a personal way. In a professional way, I think it would frustrate me. Like this is our job. Watching the edits back before the reunion is part of our job. A lot of us here have been hurt and we still showed up to work. You did the hurting and you didn't show up to work also.
Yeah, but
I think it's kind of a double letdown, no?
Yeah, but we're co-workers in a sense, but like it's not my fault that I'm doing my job better than you're doing your job. And if you want to fuck up and fail at your job, then you're probably going to get fired.
And he did.
And that's not my problem.
Switching gears to Mormon wives, there's a bunch of headlines about them as per usual. So I figured we touch on a few quick ones. Miranda is releasing a single. It is a country song called F You For That. What are your thoughts on the reality to pop star pipeline? Because Miranda, who I have actually seen her sing on TikTok, she has an incredible voice. Like she's genuine.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, yeah. Like I'm going to show you some TikToks. She's so talented. Like
I didn't know
truly
that.
an amazing voice. We have Huda from Love Island releasing songs. We've got Jesse Solomon on tour, which it seems like his tour actually crushed. I think he sold out like most, if not all of it. Is there potential here for reality stars to become real life musicians, pop stars?
I think when you're not talented and you don't have a good voice and you're trying to become a pop star, or you do reality TV and you're just a garbage ass actor and you're like trying to be an actor, then it's like, okay. But I think if you're talented at something, like, I don't think it really matters. I think if you're talented and you're passionate and you're willing to put in the work, then why not? I mean, also Cardi B. I didn't know this, but Cardi B was Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop New York?
I think so, yeah.
She started there and then just like blew up from it?
Yeah.
Cardi B is a major celebrity.
Yeah, she's big time.
Wow.
She's selling out arenas.
She's breaking barriers for reality stars.
Like I think the musician thing was really more frowned upon, and because they always made it a storyline, and it was such an easy storyline within the Bachelor franchise of people coming on the show for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And it was like the highlight wrong reason. Like, we got them. This person brought a guitar. Like, they're really here to be a musician.
This is so true. This is literally so true.
Yeah. So I think coming from that space, it always seems like, but I think, if you could fucking sing, you could sing.
Yeah. God forbid people on reality TV have aspirations and
like,
passions and talent.
Like, if I could play the piano and had a great voice, I'd be fucking out there. You better believe I'd be doing it, but I can't sing.
I like that. It's true. It's true.
I
think
could.
Being on reality TV, if you want to break into the music space, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have a platform to jump off of. You already have a following. People already have eyes on you. It's not like you're starting from scratch. However, I do think it's harder to get people to take you seriously because they're like, oh, you're just a reality star trying to launch a singing career. But I agree with you. If you have talent, you have talent.
Yeah, it's the thing is, your audience has eyes on you for other reasons, and when you start showcasing different things, they're like, I don't follow you.
They're like, stay in your box.
Yeah,
you're
like,
a reality star. Stay in your box.
Yeah, like, I follow you for you to be messy on reality TV and for me to love and hate you all the time.
Yeah, but I do feel like the Mormon Wives show has allowed for these girls to showcase aspects of their life and their passions outside of being reality TV stars, like, Macy's book tour, Whitney on Dancing with the Stars, Miranda's singing. So I do think it gives them a better chance than, like you said, for someone on The Bachelor, who it's like, you're on a reality dating show, put your guitar away. Like, we don't want to know that you have other interests outside of finding love,
Yeah.
Whitney and her husband actually are starting a production company, speaking of other interests. How do you go from, like, I work on reality TV to I'm on Broadway to I'm producing TV shows? Do you not need like a degree or anything or experience to produce things? I don't even mean that with shade towards them in any way. That's a genuine question. Like, I don't understand how so many people pivot into production.
I think two things and again, fucking fact check this because I'm just winging this, but I think to be a producer in some aspect, it's just money. Like,
right.
I think if you invest in a film or anything, like, you get producer credits.
Yeah.
And then I think there's also the aspect, I don't think you go to film school, but I think you work in the industry to come up as a producer. But like, you and I, if we wanted to, could start a production company.
Right. And I mean, I guess, look, I'm not taking away from the talented producers working on The Bachelor. You have done so many interviews. You could potentially sit down and work your way through interviewing someone on The Bachelor. Whitney has done so many interviews for Mormon Wives. Like, she has a general sense of what it means to sit on the other side of the camera and ask questions.
But that doesn't mean shit. What they need is, if they're starting a production company, they must have an idea or someone with an idea that they think they could get funding for to create a show.
Okay. Right.
That's really all it is what I think.
I feel like the term producer is used very, very broadly.
It is.
I feel like it needs to be more specific.
I would say it's probably like the broadest term in like
the
Hollywood.
world. Yeah. No,
Not
I'm
the
kidding.
world. There's broader terms.
I thought you were going to say the world. Let's jump to Love Island.
Yes.
We watched a bunch of Love Island the other day, which was so fun. It's my ideal Sunday. We're behind. The thing with Love Island,
how are you not behind?
How are you not behind?
Who is on time with Love Island?
Sarah keeps sending me TikToks and voice notes, and she's like, hello. And I'm like, I'm not there. I'm a week behind. Everyone's at Casa, and like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, it's a tough show to get behind too, because you look up one thing on any of the social media platforms and you see spoilers all the time.
Oh yeah, the minute Beatrice got sent home, it's all over my TikTok.
I know.
But it does not discourage me from watching, because it's about the journey, not the finish line with Love Island.
And you can catch up quick. It is one of those shows where you catch up quick, but it's long. I honestly, 6 episodes a week, cut them to like max 40-minute
But
episodes.
I do think the investment in every episode, even the ones that feel a little slow or a little unnecessary, is what makes the crazy moments on Love Island feel so crazy, because you were like deep in the weeds with these people.
You're there. You're
you
with
feel
them.
like you're there with them.
Yeah.
How does this season compare to other seasons for you? This is our 3rd season of Love Island US. What do you think about it?
I mean, my favorite season by far was the first one that I watched, which was
Serena and Cordell's season.
Yeah, Rob.
Leah, Janae. Yeah, it was an amazing season. But there's a reason that was the season that popped off the entire show.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping this was going to be like the season, but to me, it's pretty slow.
Yeah. I've heard great things about when you get to Casa, though. So I'm going to keep plugging away.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part.
Yeah, it's by far the most exciting part. And I do think the season's getting a lot of criticism for everyone being locked in too fast. It's very much giving Bachelor in Paradise. Like, I'm here to find love and I'm locked in and I don't want to explore. I don't want to mess up my connection. However, last season, the show got criticized for no one wanting to lock in. Everyone was like, this is boring. There's no genuine couples. Everyone just wants to explore. No one wants to commit to their connection. And I do think people need to just go into these shows more open-minded. Like, this is an outline. Anything could happen. You're never going to get a perfect season.
Here's the answer to what you just said.
Tell me.
Once a show is big, not everyone will be happy. The only time everyone is happy with a show is when it first pops off out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's why the first season, the Rob season, when that blew up, everyone was like, this is the greatest show ever, because it's just happening where it's really blowing up. Everyone's like, this is fucking awesome.
And no one has anything to compare it to because it's their first season watching.
And there's no expectations, where now there's always expectations and you're always comparing, and that's just part of the game.
It's so true. One more Love Island thing quickly.
Yeah.
Olandria did an interview recently, or she got interviewed. I think it was on a red carpet or something, and she got asked about her relationship with Nick. For those listening, Olandria and Nick were a couple from the last season of Love Island. They got together right at the very end. People were like shipping them to get together all season. They finally did. And it is always very vague on whether they are together or they are not together. They don't do a lot of public stuff together. They don't really talk about their relationship. She got asked about it, and she said, why does it matter if me and Nick are still together? Why are you so invested in people that you don't know? What do you think about that? Because we met on a reality dating show too. So as much as it's not Love Island, we can definitely relate to this question.
That's an insane thing to say. And asking why are people so invested is basically coming out saying, like, then why do you follow me? And it's like Scotty Scheffler being interviewed about golf and him being like, why are you guys always asking me about golf? Because this is why people follow you, and this is why people know who you are. I think sometimes reality stars, like, let's just call it what it is. No reality star this isn't a talent. This isn't something that you worked your whole life to achieve. This is, you got lucky, you got casted, people like your personality, people like you, they follow you, great. That's what it is. So they're going to be invested in what they saw of you on the show, and the reason that you have a following is because of the show. Yeah. So to me, that's that's a crazy thing to say.
I understand if she wants to set a boundary and say, I'm not going to answer that question. You know, I choose to keep my dating life private. But for her to almost act like I don't understand, I'm confused, I can't even fathom why people would want to know about me and Nick's relationship, when there's constant speculation that they are faking it, first of all. Second of all, they are very vague about it. They haven't gone one way where they said, hey, this is completely private, we're never going to talk about it, or the other way where they fully leaned into it. They've kind of stayed in this middle area where they might be together, they might not be, and they're not explicit about either one. So it is a frustrating response to me, because it's like, why are you so invested? Well, you met under a year ago on a dating show. You met publicly. The show is about dating. The show is about relationships. The show's now airing again for the first time since you've been on it. It is an understandable question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. You don't have to share that information.
Yeah, but to be shocked is just a crazy
response. Yeah, because if you watch someone get together on a dating show and you were wondering if they were together or not together, that would be an understandable question.
It's like me doing an interview after you and I got engaged on Paradise, and them asking me questions about you, and me being like, this is bullshit. Why don't you guys ask me about what I do at the gym?
Yeah.
Like, I think, what the fuck?
I think a more appropriate response would have been like, I'm not sharing information on my dating life
at
this
time.
Fine. It's fine. You want to set a boundary? Go off.
And then the interview is probably going to be over.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing a lot of really cool things. And people care about her relationship with Nick and her dating life. We were going to chat Real Housewives of Rhode Island because part 1 of the reunion ended, but I think let's wait till it's completely done and we'll give all of our thoughts on the reunion, because there's still a lot more to come.
Sure. I will say, though, the season really went downhill for me.
I think it started strong and it ended up feeling a little bit repetitive. However, I feel like there's still a lot of good stuff coming out at the reunion right now, so I'm excited to see where it goes.
Part 1 of the reunion was good.
It was really good.
But let's do predictions.
Okay. Who will go the furthest on Dancing with the Stars? Sierra Miller, Maura Higgins, Jackson Olsen from the Savannah Bananas, or Guillermo Rodriguez from Jimmy Kimmel Live?
You want me to go first?
I love this collection of people.
You want me to go first?
Yes, I want you to go first.
My pick is actually, because I feel we are close to a tipping point where it's been building for a person that is most likely not a good dancer and doesn't have dance experience to eventually win the show. And I think it could be Guillermo.
Really?
Because I believe that, like, he's like, to me, he's gonna fall into the category of like the Andy Richters, and I do think there's becoming a larger audience and voice for people that are just going in not good, but are like giving it their all and slowly getting better, and comparing them to the people that are actually good dancers is impossible. But I think that could flip, and I could see Guillermo winning.
They're almost in a lane of their own.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I am gonna go with, I hate not picking one of my girls, but I'm going to go with Jackson Olsen. He was the only one that's been announced so far that I wasn't familiar with. However, just talking to Emma and Alan in our interview with them, which if you haven't listened, you should go check it out. It was so much fun. I think that he has a good combo of performance experience, you know, ability to move, coordination, and social media, which I think
he's never going to win.
You don't think so?
You
don't think he's going to appeal to the Dance with the Stars audience?
No, I think he is, but I think he is too similar to the last winner.
Who won last year?
Irwin. Brandon
Robert
Irwin.
Robert Irwin. You're so right, Joe.
Robert Irwin. And I think he's falls too much in that category. And I just don't see that happening back to back.
And Joey won the year before, right?
Yeah.
So they're kind of due for a girl.
They are kind of due for a girl.
Yeah.
That is true. But we don't know who the rest of the cast is, so it'll be interesting.
All right, next up. Do you think we will ever see a Love Island Survivor crossover in future seasons? Because it is now known that the island that Love Island films on is also where they hold the cast pre-Survivor filming, and then the jury goes back and stays there. And they're in very, very close proximity to one another. And this is like now a thing that people are talking about. Do you think they would ever like randomly have a Survivor cast cameo?
I'm just going to say no. like a strong no.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I think
guess I
no
do have
also. I hate
no.
making the same opinion as you, but they're just completely different networks, different audiences, different vibes. I mean, like, imagine someone, Survivor, 28 days, has been eating rice and coconut chips for like weeks, starving, thirsty, exhausted, rolling up to the villa. Like, that would be so jarring and confusing.
No, that wouldn't even make sense.
But you know what would be funny is if you sent them into Casa Amor. Like, it was like Casa Amor ex Survivor, like when they go their separate ways. I don't know. I feel like there could be something there. But no, I agree with you. Will Rula leave Brian, her unfaithful husband, before season 2 of Real Housewives of Rhode Island airs? So we're at the end of season 1 airing right now. It's probably going to be about a year. He is known to have cheated on her. He was tracking her car. He got arrested for that. Do you think that she will ever divorce him?
Yeah.
You think she will?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope she does. I don't think she will leave him before season 2 airs.
I just think that's kind of why she got the nose job.
Why? Because she's preparing herself for new men.
Yeah.
She said, let me fix myself up before I enter the dating scene.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Last prediction. Will West and Amanda make a Summer House couple appearance? Meaning, we know he's not part of the cast, but do you think that we will see them on our screens during this season of Summer House?
Yes.
As a couple?
I do.
I do not. I think that they will use it for In the City.
Okay.
And I think Amanda will still be a cast member on In the City this upcoming season because that is more relationship, day-to-day life focused. I think that her and Wes's relationship will be showcased on that show.
Sounds good.
Guys, thank you so much for coming and listening to an episode of Not Married to This. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Not Married to This Pod. You can find us on YouTube and TikTok at Not Married to This, and you can listen wherever you get your podcast. Bye.